All right, welcome back here. Just about ready to start the second quarter. I apologize. I think we had some technical difficulties here, but at the time I think we got them sorted out. So St. Francis was forced to punt. It was a short kick. Hoban has good field possession here, but it was a good first down stop here. So that's going to bring up second down from the 30. And St. Francis needs a good defensive stop after the good return off the punt from Nowak. So about 2nd and 15 from Crable. Hands it off to Spearling. Spearling's going to fall forward and gain about that 5 back. So that's going to bring up about 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9 inside the 25.
So, folks, we apologize about that. If we had a little blip there for you. We got it back up and running though. Unfortunately, our Wi-Fi got really hot and shut down on us. So we've protected it even more to make sure that it'll be able to hold. So we apologize for that.
3rd and 7. Crable with Spearling in the backfield. 3 wide receiver set. Crable looking to pass. Crable going long. It's in the air and almost caught. Good defense. That was intended for Tyson Grimm. And Dylan Walker stayed right with him. Knocked it away on that 3rd down. So the first deep throw of the game that Hoban tried is incomplete. So, Tom, 4th down. Are we going for it?
In this area, absolutely. Unless you feel you got a field goal kicker that's going to come in and make it from here. Otherwise, you are absolutely in 4th down territory.
So a 4th and 7, it looks like, because the first down marker is about the 15. So a long 4th down here. And St. Francis tries to get off the field on 4th down. 4 wide receiver set. Crable back to pass. He's going, and it's incomplete. Oh, and a pass interference. That was intended for Sean Parnell, and this time they're going to say Walker got in there too soon. Even though Tommy was looking for the ball, he never turned his back to the play. They're going to say there was contact. And that's tough because that was on 4th down.
Yeah, unfortunately. And again, we talked about this, right? And not only that, it's not going to be a spot foul right here. It'll actually be a 15-yarder.
So that's going to move the ball deep inside the Red Raiders territory as the Knights here have their first dangerous possession offensively in the game, thanks to a penalty, though. But here's a good opportunity for the Knights to get on the board and St. Francis to tighten up in the red zone. .11:08 remaining in the second quarter. St. Francis showing blitz. So there's a fumble, loose ball. Crable's trying to pick it up. He can't. Recovered by the Red Raiders. And guess who? He's been all over the field today. Hayden Marling. Crable could not handle the snap. He didn't fall on it. Marling gets the ball. St. Francis gets the stop they need. And the first turnover of the game goes towards the Knights. St. Francis's ball back. Tom, we always say when there's a loose ball, no matter who the player is, fall on the ball. Don't try to pick it up and run. Nothing ever good for him. It happens. Marling picks it up. St. Francis gets a big stop, and they're going to start their next possession around the 27-yard line. Now Tremba hands it off to Kidd on the right side. Gains a few, not much, and it's going to bring up a long 2nd down.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
So 2nd and 9. Almost a bad snap, and it's going to throw off the entire play as Otremba Jr. is going to get sacked. And in on that play was Grant Thompson, so the snap was not good. Threw off the entire play that they're going to run. And Otremba's going to lose a few yards and make this a long 3rd down for the Red Raiders as they're in danger of going 3 and out off the turnover.
But I'll tell you right now, the only thing that you could really say negative for Hoban right now has been long snaps.
Yeah.
Right? As you see the snap there that was on that one, and then plus what we've seen on the special teams, the long snaps. That really is the difference of Hoban really doing something big so far.
It's 3rd and 15 for the Red Raiders around the 25. Tremba Jr. back to pass, trying to find his guy to the right side and overshoots his intended receiver, Malik Williams. And unfortunately, that's been the story so far in this first half. So St. Francis is forced to punt, and that sack by Thompson was a big reason why St. Francis is punting the ball.
So again, I want to apologize. Yeah. We lost the stream. Unfortunately, in the box we had a lot of sun that was coming in, and it caught our Wi-Fi, made it really it overheated it, shut it down. So we apologize. We've got it in another spot right now.
And the punt is going to go around the 48. There is a flag. It looks like Hoban got in, roughed the kicker here.
Well, now the question, is it roughing the kicker or is it going to be running into the kicker is going to be the case?
So what I would say, and I could be wrong, I'm going to say running into the kicker. And that's the thing. Is it enough for a first down?
Right, that's going to be the big question, yep.
So Noak's lucky because that almost got blocked. He nearly got hurt on that. So let's see what they call here, because it's going to make a difference between a first down or St. Francis is repunting the ball because they're so far away from getting that first down.
So they're moving, and it looks like the chains are moving. So that, to me, is it's a first down right here.
A costly mistake, even more costly than the one St. Francis made in the pass interference, which gave Hoban a first down on 4th and 9. Special teams, again, they've had enough special teams mistakes, which has kept this game very interesting through the first 15 minutes. On a 4th and 15, a running into kicker, it's a first down. Red Raiders go back on the field as they have the ball inside the 40 and around the 38. 9:34 remaining, still waiting for our first points of the game. Tremba Jr.'s got Kidd in the backfield. Tremba trying to find some space, and he gets walloped, and he got hit hard. He thought he had some space to run through the line, and it just closed quickly with the Hoban line defensive line.
That was Jordan Sewell on that one. And number 9, we talked about him earlier, too.
And we do have an injury on the play. Looks like one of the linemen. So the training staff coming out there right now. Tremba Jr. got hit hard on that play, but he was not the one that got hurt. It was on the side.
Yeah, he's down. Why don't we do this? Let's take a quick break as he's down. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back here in a minute as we see who the player is and make sure they are okay.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
All right, welcome back to St. Francis here. 0-0 is the score here in the second quarter. Marcus Harrison was the injured player, but he's walking out with some assistance from the longtime athletic trainer Nate Suhana. Nate was here when I was here. Good to see him on the sideline, still doing what he loves. So,
and they need Marcus out on the field. The sophomore offensive lineman, 6'8", 300-pounder. That's a guy they need on this line.
2nd and 15. Tremba throwing again. The timing just not there right now with his receivers as Malik Williams. He was still going down the field, more engaged with the cornerback. as Otremba got that ball out quick.
Yeah, I think that was meant to be somebody underneath him is what was supposed to come up, and that's why he went into blocking mode.
Tremba's pass incomplete.
So just some miscommunication, right, with the quarterback and receivers today. So 3rd and 15. Kid has had a couple of good runs, but nothing with breakout and getting into that second and third level. Otremba looking for the screen game. Gets it off to Scott. Scott's got some space. Scott, gets tripped up. Great play on the tackle by 33, which is Caleb Kepler. Because if Kepler doesn't get him, it's a first down.
Not only is it a first down, it may be more than that, right? Because he had open space over here. But Kepler does a fantastic job of getting Scott from behind.
So 4th and 2. St. Francis will go for it.
No, they're going to punt it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, they're punting. It's a little hard to see with the barrier. They're going to punt it here. No X punt. And it's caught at the 40, the 45, and 50. And a good return by Parker Falkenstein.
So again, Hoban's going to have great field position right here, taking over here at the 46-yard line.
In the second quarter, it seems like that the Hoban Knights have had great field possession in St. Francis territory in a couple of these drives.
Yeah, and again, but you've got to capitalize on
Yep.
it, right? We really haven't seen either team be able to capitalize on anything offensively yet, which is a testament to the defensive lines and the way they are just getting into the backfield.
Crable, 1st and 10 at the 46. Crable's going to hand it off. And up the middle, finding some space. Nice run. Looks like about a gain of 9. And that's number 21 on the carry, Caleb Jones.
And on the tackle there was number 3, Kamal Clark, the senior safety, 5'10", 190 on that one.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 in a very tight defensive game here. But Hoban's been moving the ball, having some good chances here, but they haven't capitalized. So 2nd and 1 at the 45 of the Red Raiders. Here's another handoff to Jones. Jones going to fall forward, and he's going to get that first down. He gets tripped up. And it looks like he was going to be tripped up by Gavin Calkins. So first down, as that's going to reset the 6.
You see that clock just ticking right now as we've really waiting for that big strike to happen for one of these teams right now and get some points up on the board.
Calkins, I'm sorry, the Caleb Jones had a 3-yard run there with Calkins getting the tackle. Here's Crable, going to hand it off again. And another strong run by Caleb Jones. Fumble. Loose ball picked up by the Red Raiders. They're going to return it. Oh, and here he goes. What a run by Kamal Clark. Finally gets tackled. So Jones, after a couple of good runs, fumbles the ball. The second turnover. And Clark, with an outstanding return, is going to give the ball to the Red Raiders inside the 9.
Ricky Williams on that makes the stop for Hoban. He doesn't make that stop. That's a touchdown, but we got a penalty flag right here, and that's coming back right now.
Let's see what they call here, Tom.
Play recovered by the Red Raiders, but there was a flag on the return.
So it'll be a push in the back on the return is what it'll be.
So St. Francis will keep the ball because the penalty happened after the fumble. But that's going to push them back here. Refs.
Wow. That
way
happened way early is when it did.
Instead of having the ball inside the Hoban 9, oh my goodness, they're getting pushed back all the way into their own 50-yard line. But nonetheless, Red Raiders come up time with another big stop.
Yep.
So Jones had a great run, just gets that ball stripped out. So 1st and 10 from the 48. Red Raiders trying to capitalize here with Otremba. Hands it off to Kidd. The Kid's going to get wrapped up. He may have lost a yard.
You can see that defensive line just getting penetration right now into that backfield and not really giving Kidd an opportunity to really even make a move to be able to try to break some of those tackles.
Yeah, the best run of the game really for St. Francis was that jet sweep to Clark.
Yep.
They went for 9. It's just the defensive line's getting there quick. And the offensive line has to open up holes, or they can't get into that second form of defense here. So here's Otremba back to pass. This time it is complete and wrapped up and thrown down, as that one was caught.
Yeah, that'll be a gain, you'll see.
Yeah, by Malik Williams. Looks like he caught that one on the far side. So just a couple yards. But another third down time as St. Francis tries to keep the ball. Yeah, Malik Williams did catch that, so nice catch, but about a third and 6. Hoban showing blitz. They're going to back off here. 5:45 remaining in this 0-0 game here at St. Francis. Tremba calling the play, getting everyone situated at the line. Tremba looking right, throws it, and complete. Yes, and it's going to be a first down. Williams with the catch again, so he's got back-to-back. St. Francis is going to get that first down. Good job by Tremba getting that ball out quick, Tom.
2 quick passes that he's gotten off, because you can see he doesn't have a lot of time. They're getting into that backfield very quickly. So 2 great passes as he gotten off and be able to make it so only his man can make that catch.
7-yard catch by Malik Williams. Here's a run to the right side. Not going anywhere with Kidd. And maybe gets back to the line, so it's going to bring up second down and 10. So Malik Williams here with those 2 catches gets them that first down. As we're approaching under 5, is this kind of game you expected, Tom, with a 0-0 score?
No, I definitely didn't expect a 0-0 score to happen right now. And again, the way this clock's ticking, we could end up going into halftime with a 0-0 score, especially when you've seen that the capability of both offenses that we've seen just from scores put up. We definitely thought this was going to be some type of scoring, but the defenses have just been spectacular for both teams.
2nd and 10. Here's Clark on the jet sweep to the left side, trying to find some space. Gets wrapped up and pushed back. He's not even get to the line of scrimmage. And St. Francis is going to lose a couple yards here on that second down. Good lateral defense here going from left to right. So third down, it's going to be a 3rd and long, as St. Francis is going to lose about 3 or 4 yards here. So 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd down and long.
And it's really for both these teams. Tom, you want to stay out of a long 3rd down. Those are tough plays to complete. So in a drive that looked promising after getting that first down, St. Francis is going the opposite way. So we're under 4 minutes. Tremba Jr. looking to pass. He's going deep. He's got a man open. Was it caught?
Nope, went out of bounds.
Out of bounds. That was for Logan Rieska. But I got to say, he was out of bounds. But Logan Rieska, he got hops. He went up for that. He caught it, just couldn't get that feet down.
I actually thought he went up a little too early is what he did, because he was getting it as he was coming down even. But, boy, he has got some ups right there.
Best catch of the day will not count for St. Francis. An official's timeout. All right, let's take a quick timeout here. 3:40. Oh.
Before we go, we got some scoring updates.
Okay,
let's give
go
a
ahead.
scoring update. As St. Mary's right now is playing Clymer Sherman Panama CSP. Right now, we've got a 13-7 game in favor of CSP with 5:37 left in the first quarter. We've got a touchdown pass on 4th down for CSP. We got Lewis for St. Mary's, who's been running crazy this season with a 53-yard touchdown run on a 4th and 1 that tied it up at 7. And then CSP returns a kickoff for a touchdown. Special teams again, right there. 13-7. They didn't get the 2-point conversion, so CSP leading St. Mary's 13-7.
Outstanding scoring update, Tom. Fantastic. A lot of great games going around, a lot of great games coverage here for WNY Athletics. We'll talk about a little bit that at halftime, some other games that you can see on today, as we are in week 5, and it's a beautiful October day as the weather is going to be turning soon, but we're enjoying it today. So 4th down. Tremba back to pass, and it's picked off. He tried going down the middle of the field. It was picked off by Tyson Grimm. Grimm's returning it well. The 45, the 40, the 35, 30. Getting blockers, and Grimm's going to score off the interception. So the first points of the game off the first turnover of the game for the Red Raiders, and it couldn't have come at a worse time A long return for a touchdown by Graham, and it's 6-0 Hoban.
Does it surprise you that the first score of the game was by a defense?
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean? Because what we've seen so far defensively definitely doesn't shock me at all.
Well, I have to say, from the Hoban standpoint, great job on the return. The blocking there was no holds. There was no blocking the backs. Everything was clean. They did everything well on their part. So the extra point, first time of the day for Charlie Durkin. We've seen him make a couple of these in warm-ups. Durkin, the hold, the kick, and that one is good. So 7-0's the score. 3:24 remaining here in the half, and the first mistake of the game, unfortunately, for St. Francis cost them.
I got another scoring update for you. This one comes from St. Joe's, as Erie is tied with St. Joe's 7-7 at the end of the first.
So, Tom, week 5, you've seen a lot of games, obviously. In regards to the Monsignor Martin, Joe's having a little bit of a tough year.
Yeah, they're absolutely struggling a little bit this year, as you saw. New coach comes in last season during the whole COVID scenario, right? Didn't really get a chance to do anything with his players. Then doesn't really have an off season, and boom, we're already ready to go here. So definitely right now trying to get acclimated out there at St. Joe's. Hopefully we're going to see some changes in the next few years, but definitely some work that needs to be done over at St. Joe's. But I'll tell you, St. Mary's has been the team probably that have been the biggest surprise so far in the Monsignor Martin division, as just this Christian Lewis right now running the ball has just been amazing for St. Mary's and what he's capable of doing. He's already had two 300-yard games this season. He is a unbelievable running back that we're probably going to be talking about at the postseason time for some of the awards.
So Durkin's going to kick it off the 40. St. Francis is going to get an opportunity here before half with 3:24 remaining. I'd like to see St. Francis and offense just string some first downs together. This one's going to be by Clark at the 10, 15, 20, and tackled down at about the 27-yard line. Talking about St. Mary's, what have you seen from their athletics department the last few years in regards to improving with football?
Honestly, they've been a really good program the last couple of years. They've had last year they had 3 running backs that were just amazing. It just is, you got to remember, is it's still a small school compared to the bigger schools of St. Francis and St. Joe's and Canisius that are out there. But the fact that this year St. Mary's goes in and beats one of those schools in St. Joe's, that's a huge win right there for St. Mary's. And right now, St. Mary's is taking on a D team that is an unbelievable D team and a perennial state championship type team.
So Otremba can hand it off, and that one's going to be wrapped right up. I think he tried to get it off to Kamal Clark, and Clark gets tackled quickly. They're going to give it to Kidd. Sorry, Kidd with the carry, and Kidd gains no yards.
Loss of 3.
Going to lose 3 on it.
Second and 13.
So 2nd and 13, Tom. With 2:53 remaining. Got to be careful here, especially after the pick 6.
And you don't want to give Hoban great field position either.
That pass was tipped at the line. Jordan Sewell got it, but that was intended for Kynan Olinga. So again here, 3rd down, and St. Francis here in the fear of a quick 3-and-out.
3rd and 13.
So 3rd and 13, 2:45 remaining. That incompletion will stop the clock. So let's see what St. Francis tries to play it safe. New quarterback into play, and that was Nate Henrich. That pass is incomplete, going to bring up 4th down.
Kid looked like he was trying to make a move there, made the move too quick before he caught it right there, and unfortunately 4th down. This should give Hoban very good field position. As you can see, is he's going to be standing right about the 50-yard line, or he's going back a little bit, but this should give Hoban some good field position, and 2:40 is more than enough time to still do something within this half.
So here's Nowak with the kick. He gets it off. St. Francis needs a good bounce here. They're going to get it. They will. Oh, it hit the player. It hit him out. St. Francis recovers it. It bounced off the returner, Sean Parnell. I thought that was going to bounce by him. St. Francis catches another special teams break. They get the ball right back. I don't know what Parnell was thinking.
It looked like it hit the top of his shoulder pad right there, and then just bounced straight back right into St. Francis's hands. But listen, when you get a break like that, you have to capitalize on it. This is a time that St. Francis has got to capitalize, make something happen. You got 2:33. If you can at least go into halftime with this being a 7-7 game, that could be some huge momentum for St. Francis.
The third turnover of the game here for Hoban. St. Francis has had one. Unfortunately, it cost them that touchdown. So 3 turnovers already for Hoban this first half. So at the 46. Back to pass. You have a new quarterback in play, and that one's incomplete. No flag. There was a lot of contact down there as Nick Henrik is in the game for the Red Raiders.
I agree. Absolutely a lot of contact. I think what they were saying was it was going to be an uncatchable ball out of bounds, which is the reason why we didn't see a flag happen on that one.
So Henrik's in the game. It's 2nd and 10, 2:28 remaining. St. Francis gets a big break. They need to capitalize it on here. Henrik, throw, incomplete. That was intended for Logan Riska, who's been quiet today. They've targeted him a few times, just can't get him the ball. So once again, Tom, it's a quick third down. Not much time has come off the clock because the inability to run the ball through the tackles because of the strong defensive line of Hoban is forcing you to throw the ball, but you got to throw so quick, and the timing's not there. That's what's throwing them off here.
Yeah, and part of the reason they got to throw the ball so quick is they're getting into that backfield. This defensive line is getting into the backfield very quickly, and you've got to get that ball off.
Yeah, so Steve Otremba Jr. is out right now. He is on the side. Heinrich, back to pass, off the fingertips of Camille Clark. And in coverage for Hoban was Sean Parnell, who had made that special teams mistake. So a quick 3 and out here.
Henrich's pass incomplete, brings up 4th down.
They bring up a long 4th down. And obviously punt situation with where they are, and they could pin them here with under 2 minutes to go almost.
But you gave them a ton of time. This
Again,
is still more than enough time for Hoban. Are they going for a field goal?
It looks like Nowak's going to set up a long field goal. So Nowak made a 32-yard field goal during the season. Let's see if he can make this as a long one. Oh, they're going to fake it. Otremba Jr. trying to find someone. He's rolling out, gets the block from Nowak. Otremba Jr.'s got to throw it up in the air. Almost caught. Oh, my goodness, almost caught. Tom, I think that might have been a first down if Pendergrass could have caught that. So a strange fake field goal, which threw everyone off. But would you have punted there to pin them if you get a good bounce?
Yeah, I probably would have. There's no doubt. But you know what? Can you fault St. Francis for trying to make something happen right now?
No.
Just trying to make that good play, trying to get something to happen on their side. I like the call still, right?
And look how close it was.
Yeah, I mean, he literally laid out for it. You got to give Pendergrass credit.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, he makes a great play. If he comes up with it, they look like heroes.
So 2:07 remaining. And Hoban's going to get the ball inside about the 45 of the Red Raiders. And falling forward is going to be Parker Falkenstein. He's going to gain a couple here as we're under 2 minutes to go.
Kevin Calkins with the tackle.
And they're going to say Spearling with the carry. So 32, Spearling with the carry. He's in the backfield with Crable on 2nd and about 8. Crable back to pass. Getting pressured, rolling left. Crable going to tuck it in a run. And good job by St. Francis on the far side.
That was Kidd actually on that. I'm sorry, that was Jimmy Scott right there. That was on that tackle.
Yeah, Jimmy Scott doing a good job pressuring him out there, closing that gap. So it's going to bring up
no gain on the play.
No gain as we're 1:15 remaining here. And the refs are going to blow a whistle. We have a timeout. Timeout for Hoban. Any score updates, Tom?
Not that I've gotten at the moment, so we're probably still status quo right now.
Well, let's take a quick 30-second break. It's 7-0 Hoban. You're listening to WNOA Athletics here at St. Francis High School.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
All right, welcome back to St. Francis High School on a beautiful October afternoon. Tom Prince, Joe Daniel here. Pleasure to be with you here. It's going to be a 3rd and 7 as once they change the markings off the two plays, so I'm going to confirm that. 1:15 remaining. 3rd and 7, yep. And Hoban's had some great field position in this second quarter. But ironically, the 6 points they scored was off an interception. So 3rd and 7. Everything just getting situated time. We want to make sure everything's accurate here.
Yeah, I think they added time to the clock is what they just did.
Yeah, looks about 7-8 seconds, right? 1:25 remains in the second quarter. The only points of this game was the interception by Hoban.
Almost an 80-yard interception.
That was a long
too,
one.
yeah.
Crable, back to pass. Crable throws, and that one's incomplete. Good effort on the far sideline, but 4th down.
Yeah, it looked like he had to go back, reach back for that, make a tough catch, and couldn't. But as another big stop here by St. Francis defensively, they're going to get a chance. I mean, listen, 122 is a lot of time in high school. What people don't realize in high school here, at least in New York, is every first down, that time clock will stop to move the chains. You've got time to easily make plays and do things if you can get your play in quick.
So Parnell was the intended receiver on the incompletion pass, so that's going to bring out Charlie Durkin, who's kind of struggled punting the ball. Some of them have been close. And that one over his head, and it happened. This one's going to bounce into 10, and loose ball picked up out of bounds. And St. Francis is going to get the ball no matter what, as everyone's chasing down. But did we say that or not? I mean, that was going to happen. Some of the poor snaps we've seen from both teams. This one goes right over Durkin's head. It's come close. And how about this? The Red Raiders get the ball inside the 5-yard line of the Knights.
With 1:14 still left in the half, I mean, you got an opportunity to do something. We've said it multiple times on the show already, right? Special teams will be a difference in this game. And if St. Francis puts 7 on the board, you're going to absolutely talk about special teams as the reason for it.
So St. Francis will have 1st and goal from the 6-yard line, as that ball bounced about 35 yards. So a great opportunity for St. Francis, who only had that one turnover. Hoban's had 3, and a couple of special teams miscues will give the Red Raiders their opportunity to get on the board here late in this second quarter. Trember Jr. going to hand it off, and wrapped up, not going anywhere is Kidd. And it's going to bring up second goal.
You can just see the penetration of that defensive line right there for Hoban, as they are absolutely winning that line of scrimmage in the trenches, which is going to make this very difficult for St. Francis to try to run this one in.
So they're going to say loss of 1.
Loss of 1 on the play. Second and goal from the
Second and goal, 45 seconds to go. In St. Francis's best opportunity to get some points on the board. Kids in the backfield. And they get the, it looks like Otrembo's going to take it himself. And he's not going to go anywhere. Just no space with that Knights defense.
And again, we've talked about this, gentlemen, multiple times today. As you see Jason Martin III get back in there and make that stop, he has just been unbelievable on this defensive line.
So St. Francis calls a timeout with 27 seconds to go. They have not moved forward on this drive as the Knights defense, I mean, they've been outstanding defensive line all game, but they're really tightening up in the red zone. And St. Francis is trying to just run it up the middle. There's not much space there.
No, I mean, you can see, like I said, remember when we talked about it early on? You said, what were the keys to the game? I said, I'm going to go to trench play, right? I'm going to go right to that line of scrimmage. Who is going to be able to run the ball? Who's going to be able to get the time? Right now, you can say is Hoban's done it better than what St. Francis has, and that's the reason for the points right now up on the board.
From an offensive standpoint, Hoban hasn't moved the ball maybe to their level, but they've moved it well enough, flipping the field and stuff. Just a couple of mistakes as helped St. Francis stay in the game. So it's 3rd and goal from the 8. They've lost 3 yards on this. Atremba under center. Kids in the backfield. Atremba going to pass. Rolling right. He gets pressured, and he will be sacked. Yeah, there we go. It's going to be counting for a sack. Oh, didn't fully go down, but Caleb Kepler will get the sack. So once again, the D line of Hoban just getting there so quickly.
It was probably the most time I've seen Otremba really have even to throw the ball
And
right
it wasn't
there.
much
And
either.
it wasn't much.
No gain.
No gain. Timeout St. Francis with 2 seconds to go.
So I do got another score update for us, and that's coming from St. Joe's, as Erie has now taken a 21-7 lead over St. Joe's with 1:13 left inside the first half.
So it looks like St. Francis is going to kick a field goal, and if I'm not wrong, Nowak can make this. He had some luck earlier in the year. He made a 32-yard field goal in a game against, week 2 against Kelkenberg Memorial. It was a 32-yard field goal.
And
by
putting
Nowak.
points on the board is big, right?
Oh, yeah.
You still want points on the board, and you're going to go down only 4, and really a touchdown could give you a lead in the second half. But absolutely what's going to need to happen here in the second half is, St. Francis has got to figure out a way to stop this defensive line.
So Nowak's going to attempt it. This should be the final play of this second quarter. Nowak with the kick. And it's good. So St. Francis gets on the board as we end the half. They had a chance, though, to get that touchdown. They didn't, but they're going to get some points. They trail 7-3 at the half. You're listening to WIM Athletics here live at St. Francis High School for the Knights and the Red Raiders. It's halftime. We'll be back for the halftime report in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining us.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYimmediatecare.com for more information.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Does he do car? Forget about it. How about home?
Forget about it.
Does it get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And
why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does it get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Joe, why don't you try that again?
Was it on?
Yep.
All right, welcome back to St. Francis High School. 7-3 is our score. A pick six that Hoban Knights returned off the interception from Otremba is the difference in this game. St. Francis getting a short field goal from Luke Nowak. 7-3 is our score. Tom, thoughts on this first half?
So right now what I'm going to say is what Hoban's going to have to do is they've got to clean up some of that special teams right now, right? Special teams mistakes right now, especially with the snapping that we've seen, but defensively have been absolutely incredible on the defensive side of the ball. And you can see that defensive line has absolutely owned the line of scrimmage. They keep doing that and stop St. Francis from moving the ball. It's going to be a long afternoon for St. Francis. But St. Francis positively have done the same thing defensive-wise to do the same stops that you've seen Hoban do with St. Francis. What St. Francis has to figure out is how they're going to move the ball, how they can run the ball, how that line can actually start winning and owning that line of scrimmage. It's all about the trenches right now, and to me, both defensive lines are winning the trenches.
The Hoban Knights with 3 turnovers in that half, but it was the special teams play. That blunder near the end of the half gave St. Francis a great opportunity to get on the board for a touchdown. But once again, the defensive line really stiffened up here for the Knights, forcing that field goal because that was first and goal from the 5. Really could have made a difference in a tight game.
Yeah, it really did. And you see that. We talked about it earlier, and it's been all over Western New York. Special teams has been one of the biggest difference of you winning and losing a game. And the question is, will we see that same thing happen here? Because eventually you got to think, you know this coaching staff over at St. Francis, one of the tops that we know, one of the tops in the area, that they absolutely are going to go into halftime and figure stuff out.
Let's talk offensively for the Red Raiders. Otremba Jr. has not had a lot of time because of the defensive line pressure. He's been forced to make short, quick throws. The timing's just been off of his receivers. And the running game, kid's been really held in check other than a couple runs. The offensive line can't handle defensive line. From the offensive standpoint, from the passing and the running game, that's been the difference. How does St. Francis open up some holes against a defensive line that has a lot of size?
Well, what I think you actually saw, you saw it a little bit inside the first half on a couple things. I wonder if you're going to go and try to bring Jimmy Scott in and almost be as a fullback and try to get some extra time. Don't be surprised we see Scott used a little bit more in the second half to try to help that offensive out and hopefully give time, because Scott is one of the big reasons defensively, because you saw him getting penetration the way we've seen him get penetration in and help that St. Francis team. That's got to be an adjustment, but they got to figure out how to get time for their passing game, but some holes for that run game.
As we said, it's a beautiful day here. Early October in the 70s on the shores of Lake Erie. We have a great crowd. Archbishop Hoban Knights up 7-3 against St. Francis. Under 4 minutes to go in halftime. We'll be back in just a few minutes for the second half coverage here on WNO Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYImmediatecare.com for more information.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
When you're ready to buy a home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. You can find new listings before they appear anywhere else and refine your search for immediate notifications of similar properties. Plus, get pre-qualified to make your offers stronger and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent who knows your area and how to close the deal. So when you're ready to buy, visit howardhanna.com and find your home fast.
I love being home.
Welcome back to Athol Springs, New York on a beautiful October day. It's in the 70s. It's sunny, partly cloudy. We're at halftime. It's 7-3 Hoban Knights. They scored a touchdown off a pick six on a fourth down play. We went about 50, 60 yards, Tom. St. Francis had a break at the end. They were forced to kick a field goal. The defensive line for the Knights has been outstanding, but they were really stringy on that play. So 7-3. Talk about the game. What do you think here going to second half?
Well, before I do that,
Yeah.
I got to go to my baseball side. Right?
Okay,
'Cause
yeah.
everybody knows I'm the baseball guy
yeah.
around here, too. It's so nice. They're still playing baseball. We're looking at the St. Francis baseball field to our right. The Thunderwolves are out there playing St. Francis in a fall game. Great to see us still out there as we got some big coaches in Western New York over there coaching at the same time, so we're getting a chance to see baseball from afar. Great to see that still going on because of it being so nice weather-wise.
So you being a baseball guy, just real quick, I know a couple kids that who are play travel ball, and they tell me that baseball could go really all season, all year round.
It absolutely. Listen, every sport goes all year round,
Yeah,
right?
in its own way, right?
Absolutely. Like the football guys will go in the spring. We'll go to 7-on-7s, right?
Yeah.
So you'll see 7-on-7s play, and then really the winner is more for weight room, is what it is for these guys. Now, baseball will go fall ball, like when 7-on-7 is there. It's fall ball for these guys.
Yeah.
And then they'll do a winter program indoors where they're changing hitting and different things in indoor sites that are all here throughout Western New York.
It's amazing how it works. So 7-3. How's St. Francis doing defensively against the Hoban Knights? I mean, they have 7 points, but it was that pick six. They've held them off the scoreboard offensively. What have they done so well?
Well, again, the same thing we're talking about Hoban defensively. They're winning the line of scrimmage right there defensive-wise, not giving their running backs time to really run the ball, and you're seeing a lot of 3-and-outs, right?
Yeah.
So, absolutely, it's the time that we're seeing to be able to, that they're doing. There has to be right now, we got something going on here.
Yeah, both teams at the middle of the field. Referee's going to get in the middle of that right away. A little surprised by this as Coach Smith gets them off the field really quickly. It really has been a clean game from both sides. Nothing crazy has been going on. Tough game. So
defense.
Yeah,
it's been about
defense. It's been about the defensive line on both sides.
And glaring special teams things,
Yeah.
right, is really the two things that really have been the difference in this game. So now, everybody always knows what team goes into those locker rooms, makes adjustments, and is ready to come out with a new game plan from what they see on the field is who wins the game. Now, who makes the necessary adjustments is what we're waiting to see.
Now, you only have 14 minutes. So what type of adjustments do they talk that, you can't change the whole game plan, but what does a coach usually say in the locker room to change something of what he sees to make it work better in the second half?
It all depends. It depends what you're seeing out there, right? But if you're seeing right now in the line of scrimmage, what's happening is you may change different schemes blocking. You may try to go a different way. There are things that you absolutely see that you may not be able to change right away till you can go in and show somebody what's going on. So absolutely, big changes still can be made. The question is what adjustments were made by either team to be able to put some points on the board offensively for either team.
So the Knights are lined up. They will receive to start the second half as St. Francis had. Well, actually, Hoban won the toss and deferred.
And now we have a quick score update as another special teams play for CSP where they return a punt. They're up 19-7 in the second quarter with 5:57 left. And then as I say that, CSP scores again. They're now up 26-7 with 1:59 left in this first half against St. Mary's.
And that's your scoring update as we get it started here for the second half with Noack kicking it off. And we are on our way in a 7-3 game in the third quarter. That one's going to be short. It bounces off again. Oh, went right to the Hoban Knight player. That went right in the hands of Sperling. Tom, another special teams play. Almost went the Red Raiders' way as it bounced off one of their special teams returners.
Boy, that would have been something to start off the second half like that, too.
Sperling was there, and he got a good return over to the 30, but if he wasn't there, Red Raiders would have had the ball. So, an interesting start here, 6 seconds in, but Hoban will have the ball.
You want to laugh?
Yeah.
We got our first scoring update coming from North Tonawanda Sweet Home. I'll give you a guess what it was.
Special teams. It's the story of the day.
North Tonawanda takes the opening kickoff drive the length of the field. So actually they take the length of the field, 6-0. They lead.
Here's Crable. Hands out to Sperling up the middle. Falling forward for maybe 2. And good job by the Red Raiders with a good tackle up the front by the defensive line with Jimmy Scott in there. It must be special team Saturday, Tom.
Listen, like I said, it really is very prevalent all throughout Western New York, especially just seeing field position, different things come into play. It is very underrated in high school football.
So Crable on a 2nd and 9. Hands out to Sperling, trying to find the left space. And actually that's going to be, Sperling again, and great defense here wrapped up. And guess who's in the play is 51, Hayden Merling.
Hayden Merling with the tackle.
So Merling has had a great game, Tom. He's come up with some big tackles.
He really has. Marling has been a difference maker defensively so far. And absolutely when you got right now Marling and Scott out there, they are been real tough.
They lost a yard. They've done a great job against one of their best running backs in Sperling. So 3rd and 10. Crable back to pass. Crable going short, caught by Sperling. And he's going to be short. He will be by a good 2-3 yards. So maybe you got to gain a 7. So it's bringing a 4th down. So just a quick dump off to Sperling. Both teams here, just getting the ball out quick. Nothing really deep down the field. We saw that one to Rayska, but that's about it.
I think the defense has dictated that,
Yeah,
right?
the
Not
li- yeah.
giving them the time to be able to do anything but that.
So Durkin back to punt. The last time it was quite the show as the ball got over his head and turned to a turnover here. But now Durkin's going to have one of his best punts of the day. That one was clean. It's going to bounce at the 10 and into the end zone. Almost. No, they stopped it. Inside the 1. So Durkin, who had a rough go the last punt, Tom, best punt of the day. They pinned the Red Raiders inside the 2.
And that was actually who made that was number 23, Xavier Williams. The 5'9" defensive back gets down the field just before it's going to get in the end zone. He does it and makes the play to kick it back in. We're down at the half-yard line for St. Francis. Boy, you got to be careful down here. With the way that Hoban has been getting through defensively, you cannot give up a safety right here.
Best special teams play of the day by far for Hoban. And Man, was that something. A great punt for high school sports and where it landed. Good job all the way around for the special team. So at the goal line, Red Raiders will have their first possession of the game. Like Tom said, they have to be careful. They don't want to get a safety. These are kids in the backfield. 3 wide receiver set, 2 on the top. They're going to hand it up to Kidd, and Kidd's going to get in the end zone safety. So a safety will be called and a great tackle. And like we said, it's a great defensive line all the way around. And 2 points will be awarded to Hoban. They'll also get the ball back and lead 9-3.
I mean, I guess the only positive to say there for St. Francis is you're still within one scoring opportunity. So it didn't hurt you in the sense of where you still can't come back right now and you added a second score. That's about the only positive thing you can say right for St. Francis. But again, we're preaching right now. We get it, Hoban. We get what you can do defensively because that defensive line is for real, and they've been showing it all day.
What about St. Francis trying to stretch the defense, get them moving left to right, right to left, instead of just going up the middle? They had one of their better runs on the jet sweep. It's really just been trying to pound it up the middle. Should they try to stretch the offense out and get them moving laterally?
Well, that's one of the adjustments you see if they're going to take right at halftime. And again, do you want to take a risk of a pitch play in the end zone, right? I don't know if I'm going to risk that right there in the end zone. So, but I do think you've got to get a way to get around these tackles quickly, and you're going to have to pitch that out there. In other words, to do it probably. But the question is, do I really want to do that in the end zone?
What about a quarterback sneak?
Could have been a lot of things, right? You know what I mean?
It's one of those things. Times like if it works, you look great. If it doesn't, you look it looks different.
But we've seen quarterback sneaks already too, and you've seen Hoban stop those too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't really matter right now. This defensive line has been unbelievable for anything that goes up the gut.
Yeah, and we knew it was a tough situation that St. Francis was put in inside the goal line, and it showed. So Nowak's going to kick it off here due to the safety. It's going to be a short pooch kick, going to roll at about the 50, and recovered and tackled right away and falling forward. And a nice return by Tyson Campbell. So the Knights will have the ball inside the Red Raiders 45 with their first possession here, second possession here of the second half.
We got a down player on the field. That's Nate Henrik right now. It looks like that's down on the field. On the tackle was Gavin Culkins on that one on the stop for the Red Raiders.
So we'll take a quick timeout. 9-3. Hoban's got the ball. Second possession. They're up 9-3 here in WNY Athletics.
Paul Wolf Agency. How can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight. Everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The Wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely. Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
All right, welcome back to St. Francis High School. Tom Prince, Joe Daniel here with the Knights and the Red Raiders. Athol Springs, 9-3 is the score. Let's get some scoring updates around high school football.
Yeah, Medina right now takes a 16-0 lead with 1:08 left in the first quarter. And the Medina team says, Cicchini is everywhere is what they say. Joe Cicchini making a statement right now, helping out that Medina team as he's been big in that 16-0 lead for Medina. Medina, we talk about it as one of the top teams in that C North division. And I'll tell you, that C division is going to be tough this season to see who comes out of that.
So that's the great scoring update here with a lot of games going on. Any games WNY Athletics is broadcasting later on today?
We're actually right now broadcasting that North Tonawanda Sweet Home game.
North Tonawanda Sweet Home. Is there any tonight?
No, just those two right now. They're the two that are getting broadcast simultaneously. So I apologize. It wasn't Henrik on that. It was Terrence Pendergrass who was down, and good to see him back up and walk to the sidelines on his own.
Always good to see. Injuries are tough. They're part of every sport, and it's so difficult to see. But when they can walk up, like you said, it just, you hope it's just maybe a good bump. You never know. So they'll take a look at him here. So the Knights will have the ball at the 44 of the Red Raiders. They've had great field position, Tom, in the last 2 quarters, but they really haven't taken advantage of it. The Red Raiders have done a great job defensively. 3 in the backfield here. Here's a hand off to Sperling. Sperling's going to find some space and wrapped right up quickly. Maybe a gain of 3, and a good job against a great running back in Sperling by the Red Raiders defense.
So, again, what are you trying to do there with 3 in the backfield, right? You want some lead blockers right there to help out to stop some of that defensive line, right? Here's an adjustment that we're looking to see right now from Hoban.
Is that rare to see 3 blockers in the backfield on a run?
No.
No?
No, when you say like fullback, no, because they'll use them as runners too, as decoys. But right now, is if you're trying to break something open, they can be inactive fullbacks for you.
2nd and 7. Crable's going to pitch it to Sperling to the right side. Sperling finds a hole. Sperling's got a big hole. He's going to score. 20-10 touchdown. Sperling found a lane. He got into that second lane in the defensive backfield, and a 44-yard touchdown run from Sperling. He got loose, and he gets a long touchdown run.
Did you see number 17 right there, Devin Bell? He was in the backfield, right? And when is the lead blocker right out there was one of the blockers, and then you see they can find right now holes, but they're trying to right now create more holes and does a great job of making adjustments coming out of half.
So the extra point will be kicked by Durkin. Durkin's kick is up, and it is good. So 16-3 as the Knights take advantage of great field position for the first time today. They're inside the Red Raiders 45, and a long touchdown run by Sperling gets them a 13-point lead.
We got 2 more scores updated for you as Sweet Home has come back and tied it up 6-6 against North Tonawanda. I know that's Sweet Home's homecoming right now where we're at. And then Canisius right now is down 8-0 at the end of the first quarter.
So 8:52 remaining here in this second quarter. So a good start here for the Knights. Now for the Red Raiders, we talked about possession, time of possession. They did a pretty good job that first half. They were really put in a tough spot with where they had the ball the last time inside the 2. Knights, good job. They got 9 points off that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want, right? You get the safety, your defense comes up big. Now your offense has that first answer, and they do it on the first drive out of halftime. Shows they've done the adjustments that are needed right now.
So Camille Clark and Dylan Walker are back waiting for the kickoff return from Durkin. Durkin also had that outstanding punt that pinned St. Francis. So Durkin's kick, this one's good. It's going to go in the end zone and will be a touchback.
And kickoff goes through the end zone for a touchback.
So now St. Francis has some room, right? They're not backed up against their end zone. Let's see the adjustments that they've made right now. What are they going to do to get Otremba some time and some kids some openings right now so he can run the ball effectively?
Yeah, and they have better field position than the last drive where it's inside the 2. So maybe when we talked about getting some outside runs, let's see if they can do that because it was tough before. So 1st and 10, balls at the 20, 8:52 remaining. St. Francis has struggled to string some first downs together. Let's see what the second half adjustments are. Otremba hands it off to Kidd. The Kid's fighting for some space. He's going to gain a couple, maybe 3. But man, Tom, that was a tough 3 yards.
Yeah, it really was. And you had on the stop Kepler, who we've talked about multiple times today, and as well as a Baskerville, 2 on the stop right there to make a big stop as he still gets what? It looks like 3 on that one?
Yeah, it's always tough to know the exact yard, but it looks like 2nd and 7. So Otremba hands it off. Kidd again up the middle. Kidd fighting his way through. I'd say maybe 5. He's going to be short by a yard or 2 on a 3rd down, but more of a manageable 3rd down than some of the ones we've seen in that first half where St. Francis had a lot of 3rd and 10s, 3rd and longs. But this one's manageable as they try to get a first down to keep the chains moving. So 3rd and 2.
And be big right here, right? You want to come out, in essence, this is your true first drive right here to get that first down and not go 3 and out.
Big 3rd down. Hoban showing blitz. And they're going to get him in the backfield. They're going to be short. I don't even know if they – I think they got back to the line of scrimmage, but not much. Once again, Hoban time, they got in there quick.
Yeah, they may have gotten a half yard. Where he is, you can see he's just inside the marker. I think he gained a half yard on it. Yeah, you see that they moved the marker about a half yard is what they did right there.
Man, that might have been a generous 4th down. So, unfortunately, the Red Raiders are going to go a 3-and-out here, and that's going to bring in their punter, Luke Nowak. And Nowak needs a good punt here to bounce back, but Falkenstein's back there as well. 2 returners.
Timeout, Red Raiders.
And the Red Raiders are going to call a special teams timeout. A little surprised here. Well, they only have 10 players in the field, looks like. So that's going to be a miscommunication and going to cost the Red Raiders a timeout.
So right now, Erie has taken a 28-7 lead over St. Joe's with 10:06 left in the 3rd quarter. And Medina has taken a 24-0 lead over Cleve Hill. Payne throws a 51-yarder to Greg Thompson for a TD. Payne, another kid we talk about, is one of the top quarterbacks in the area. He's showing that arm off right there.
So St. Francis here, it'll be a little over 4th and 1, maybe about a 4th and 2. They call timeout because they only had 10 players on the field, so it's going to cost them. They're going to be down to 2 timeouts for the rest of the half. So Nowak will retry this here. And this time there's only 1 returner back there for Hoban out at the 40. Nowak's with the kick. And it's going to be short. Taken in by Parnell at the 45. Going to get into the St. Francis 40, and a good return of about 15 to 20 yards. So once again, Hoban's going to have great field position inside the Red Raiders 50. And a good return.
You can see that's one thing we talked about that we were seeing, whether they're going to clean up a little bit, some of that special teams. And so far, very positive stuff for Hoban to come out in the second half.
Yeah, Hoban had a good punt. You know, we talked about where they pinned him. It's a good return because special teams was really their issue. And ironically, special teams has really helped them get 9 points in this game.
Is there a flag on it down?
So a flag on the play on the kick. Let's see where it's going to be called. Holding. Tom, this is one of the things I've done a couple high school football games. You just wish the refs had mics. It makes it so much easier. I say I win $1 million and I invest in that for the league. Well, there's a holding against the Red Raiders. They're moving the ball back.
But it doesn't.
Personal foul.
But it's not against. How could it be against them when they moved? It's really against Hoban is who it was.
Yeah. So the Knights are going to get a personal foul. They're going to move them back because they had the ball inside the Red Raiders 40, and then they're going to be moving back all the way to the 35 of their own 35. So St. Francis is going to catch a break in a personal foul with 7:06 remaining. Crable getting the play call. The last time they had the ball, it was a 45-yard touchdown run by Sperling. He got loose. So here's Crable. Shotgun. Looking to pass, going deep on the left side. This pass is caught. What a catch by Sean Parnell. He adjusted to the ball. Great defense by Dylan Walker, but Parnell went up and got it. And Parnell is the one who...
15, Sean Parnell.
And we have a flag, though, on the right side. It could be holding.
Yeah, it's coming back.
There is a flag on the play, though.
And that's too bad because that's going to take away a nice play by Parnell and a great throw by Crable. Holding. So that's going to push them back here 10 yards.
An incredible play by Parnell. That's an ESPN-type play right there by Parnell as he does a fantastic job of going up and getting that. But you saw it right there. Penalty comes into play, negates it. So now you're going to see a – now remember, in high school football here in Western New York, the penalty comes from where the hold took place, not the line of scrimmage. So that's why you're going to see it go here more than 10 yards.
After the penalty, it's 1st and 20.
So 1st and 20. They're going to list it from the 24. They got to get to the about 47 town. So it's a little bit more than 1st and 20. Another flag here. Sperling's got some space. He's going to get A nice run on the right side near up to the 40, but a legal shift will be called against the Knights. So back-to-back penalties here. They're going in the wrong direction.
And off 2 good plays, too, going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Off 2 good plays that would have been great plays for Hoban right there.
So they're going to be backed up even more. Trying to see where they're going to spot that ball, Tom. It looks like at about the 19. Yeah, the 19. The first down marker is at the 46. So one of the longer first downs you'll ever see. 1st and 26 after the back-to-back penalties by Hoban. St. Francis has a good chance here to pin them and get the ball back. Crable in shotgun formation. With man in motion. Handoff to the right side. Nice move. Finding some space, keeps his feet moving. And Sperling, he's really gotten his legs going here, Tom, finding that space. He's had some outstanding runs in the second half.
Yeah, it's been an absolute great adjustment that we see.
Number 3, Kamal Clark.
Especially when you got a lead right now and you're able to run the ball and keep that clock moving. You own the time of possession. That's real big if you're able to do this and be able to do it in the second half right now with a lead.
So about 11-yard gain here.
Second down at 16.
A 2nd and 16, so they're listed officially as a 10-yard gain. So 2nd and 16. Sperling again up the middle. And going to fall forward. He's going to get back to the original marker. So it's going to be about 3rd and 10. So good job here by Hoban, kind of making this more of a manageable 3rd down from where they started with this first down.
It literally got back to the original line of scrimmage.
And
what
really,
got back to.
That's all you really could have wanted, right? Especially with 1st and 26.
Timeout for injury.
Timeout for an injury. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, Tom will check the scoreboard. 5:47 remaining in this 3rd quarter, 16-3, Hoban.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Welcome back to St. Francis High School, 16-3 Hoban. Injury to play for St. Francis, Kamal Clark. He's been battling an ankle injury the last few weeks. He was taken off the field, and he will be evaluated by the doctors as we are back here. We'll check a score update next time we can. So a 3rd and 10. It was 1st and 26. Crable in shotgun formation. 3 receivers on the bottom of your screen. Crable back to pass. Crable going to move forward, trying to find some space. Crable running backwards. St. Francis can't get him. There's a throw, and it's caught. It's caught on the far sideline. It looked like that was Sperling. Any flag? No flags.
The question was, did he go over the line of scrimmage? That's what everyone was asking right here. Did he go over and then go back? But he obviously didn't. Nobody calls it. What a play right there as he scrambles and makes it happen all on his legs, gives himself some room, makes a throw. Wow, that's an incredible play right there.
And Crable was pressured, just using his legs to avoid some pressure from St. Francis. A 1st down. Crable's going to pitch it to Sperling on the right side. Sperling's got some space again. There's a flag, though. Taken out of bounds hard.
Sperling with the carry, but there is a flag down.
By Clark. Flag on the play. We've seen a couple of these on this drive for Hoban. Looks like could be a holding.
Yep.
A holding, yep. And that's the 2nd one on this drive, Tom.
Holding.
Great to see Clark back in the game,
yes,
right?
real quick, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously was able, you could see he's battling and doing everything he can to make sure he stays on that field.
Yeah, Sperling here had that 45-yard touchdown run to make it 16-3. And he's had some outstanding runs in the second half, just getting to that second level, something he couldn't do in the first half. So it will still be 1st down, but they're going to back it up a few yards. So it's going to be a long 1st down of about 1st and 14, 15, around there. So Crable at the 49 of the Red Raiders. Going to hand it off to Sperling. Sperling's going to fall forward, get back to the original mark, and some. And it's going to bring up second down.
So we got some scoring updates. Boston College High leads 8-7 as Canisius just scores 8-7 with 5:35 left inside the first half. Over at St. Joe's, Erie has taken a 36-7 lead with 6:16 left inside the third quarter. And then at halftime, CSP leaves St. Mary's 26-7.
2nd and 9 after the 6-run run by Sperling. Another handoff. Nope, it's going to be play action. Here's a chance up the thrown down the seam and incomplete. That one was intended for Ricky Williams. So a play action fooled me. Had Williams just overshot him by a couple feet, but a good look there for Hoban.
Yeah, you can really see Hoban's made some nice adjustments since halftime, really getting to make sure that they've got time to throw the ball. You obviously see they're having success running the ball to the right side. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Everything's gone to the right side with their successful runs. They see something there, and they're trying to get some help to open up some holes over on that right side.
I can't think of any runs they've run to the left side this whole game. So 3rd and 9. St. Francis needs to stop. Crable back to pass. Will dump off. Oh, and through the hands off the screen. Goes through Sperling. So it will bring up 4th down. And it looks like they're going to punt on 4th and 9. Try to pin St. Francis back because they've already done that once in this game.
Sweet Home takes the lead over North Tonawanda as they lead 14-6 right now.
And back for St. Francis, so it's Malik Williams are hanging out around the 10. Durkin's at the 40. Durkin had a great punt earlier in this game. This one's going to go off the right side of his foot. Not the best punt. Let's see where they're going to mark it. It's around the 25. Let's see. The ref keeps going. I love when the ref keeps going. 30. Is he going to keep going more? Yes, the 34. This is kind of exciting time. The 35. It looked like it was at the 25. 35 is where St. Francis will get the ball. So a very short punt from Durkin. And St. Francis is going to have decent field position here on their next possession.
Yeah, this really needs to be a drive to see St. Francis do something to the ball offensively right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've struggled to move the ball against this defensive line. They had some good looks, though, in the passing game. Some of those slants, if they were hit, who knows where those could have gone. But right now, they have to give Steve O'Trimba Jr. some time. Here with the 1st and 10 at the 35 of 4:06 remaining in this third quarter. O'Trimba Jr. hands it off to Kidd. The Kid's going to get up to the 40 near for a close to about a gain of 5.
That may be one of the biggest gaps I've seen open up right there for St. Francis on the offensive side of the ball.
2nd and 6.
So 2nd and 6. I feel like when I always guess how many yards it is, I'm always off by a yard. So 2nd and 6. O'Trimba Jr. can hand it off. Kid's got some space. Kid's going to get a 1st down and more near the 49. A nice run. It was clean, no flags. So 1st down, St. Francis really needed that one as they could move the 6.
So we've been talking adjustments. What are going to happen? This is the first time we've seen that middle open up the way it has for Kidd to be able to run through right now. So you can see there's been some blocking assignments differently in the middle to open up that hole.
Couple positive runs. Kid's going to try to run to the left side again. Wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage.
Kidd with the carry.
And in on the tackle, a couple of.
No gain on the play.
No gain. A couple of Hoban players, but most notably, we're going to give it to Bryce Cisak. We'll give him the tackle, but there's a couple other in there making that tackle as well.
Erie with a pick 6 as they take a 43-7 lead over St. Joe's right now.
So 2nd down. Here's a throw. It's caught. And catch and run. 1st down. Nice throw by O'Trimba Jr. to Kainan Ulenga. A quick throw. Ulenga's hobbling here. He's going to come off. And he's going to go down as he should to be safe. So Ulenga made a great play here, but he's down. So we're going to take a quick timeout due to the injury. We'll see. We'll report on that, get a live update. So 16-3, timeout here on WNOA Athletics.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And...
All right, welcome back here. Tom Prince, Joe Daniel here. 2:41 remaining in this third quarter. Ulanga's walked off with the athletic trainer. He's did not play last week due to his injury with the ankle. Something I just heard that he's been battling for the last few weeks. He's hobbling a little bit. Last time we had that injury, they came out right away.
He had to step out of bounds because they didn't give him the full yards, so he had to step out of bounds on that last one.
And they're going to get a first down here now with Kidd. It's always tough, Tom, you know, these stadiums, the level, it's hard to see if they stepped out of bounds, right? But nonetheless, Kidd gets that first down. So St. Francis is going to be first down at the 37.
So St. Francis is seeing something right up the middle. That's where these runs are, right up the gut. See that?
Yep, and here's another carry, the Kidd again. This time wrapped up. He's going to fall forward for about a yard. But a good end of the third quarter for Kidd. He's had some positive yards at gain of 5, gain of 10. Trying to get some momentum. Any kind of momentum will work. You know, it's a two-score game, but just get a touchdown here, and things are going to get interesting.
This is probably the best drive for St. Francis. This is the first drive of the game, if you think about it offensively.
Tremba rolls right. He throws. And is it caught?
No.
Incomplete. Yeah, incomplete. Some of the guys were down there in front of us intended for Clark. Good defense by Tyson Grimm. He's going to bring up a third down and long.
You can see on both sides, they're letting these receivers play. You know what I mean? Like, they're letting them have contact. They're not calling a penalty in every single thing.
Yep.
They are letting them, you know, go at each other.
Yeah, we had that one pass interference on that fourth down. But really, other than that, that's been it. I can't think of any other ones.
And the reason for that, he left his feet. I think that's the biggest reason why that was the difference of these.
Tremba throwing, lofts it. Oh, and in and out of the hands to Clark. And incomplete.
But again, you're in fourth down territory. You're going to see St. Francis go for this. No doubt about it. You're in that zone right now.
And it's going to bring up the fourth down.
4th and 9.
4th and 9. Yeah, like you said, St. Francis has no choice, especially with where they're at. You know, we all would love to see a high school kicker. I bet you a kid on my team in a couple of years, maybe he can kick that because he plays soccer. But it's a tough kick, and they need points, and they're down 2 scores. So 4th and 9 from the 36. Tremba going deep on the far sideline. Tereska going to fall short, and a pass interference. They're going to call it. Branslin McGinnis, it's going to be on him. That pass was short to Reska, but pass interference is going to give new life to St. Francis.
Pass interference.
And once again, Tom, you know, this is the second time we've seen it on a 4th down where there's been a pass interference play. Move those chains.
It's funny that they're going to throw that right after I said they're letting them play, right?
Yeah.
You're going to see that. You knew that was going to happen on the next time it came about. But you know, obviously, and again, remember, this is not a spot foul. It'll be a 15-yard penalty assessed, not at the spot, which is why you're seeing the ball placed where it is.
Which was almost near the spot of where it would have been if it was a spot foul. All right, so 1:25 remaining here. First down off the penalty. Tremba throwing. It's going to be high and knocked away. Good defense here. Again, that one was knocked away by McKinney. And a couple, again, these throws that Tremba Jr.'s made have just been a little high.
Yeah, and that one definitely, well, you can see that that was intended for Williams.
Yep. Tremba Jr. handed off to Kidd. Kidd trying to fall forward. Maybe he gains a couple inside the 20. But it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 7.
Gain of about 2.
Let's see what the official marker is. Third down. Under a minute to go. The Tremba Jr. back to pass. He's getting pressured. Has to dump it off. He does. And falling forward and wrapped up. That was to Jimmy Scott. I think he's going to be short of a first down. This would be about a 4th and 1.
Short by 2 yards.
So short by 2 yards, the official marker. 4th and 2. St. Francis obviously going for it here with Otremba. And we have a timeout. We do. Timeout Hoban as they set up here for a big 4th and 2 as they're up 16-3 with 29 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
You saw Jimmy Scott out there. Remember we talked about you're going to see him in that short yardage thing, and he almost comes up big right there for a first down in that screen play. But you were almost wondering, too, if they were setting up right now for him to be that lead blocker, lead the way to try to get that first down on that one, especially where he was set up. I won't be surprised you're going to see the run go right behind Scott on this one.
So a big 4th down play here inside the 20, a good opportunity to try to get some points here. St. Francis really needs a first down on this one. They've struggled a couple times on that 4th down play, but I always say there's no bigger 4th down than the one you're dealing with now. So Hoban setting up their defense. They saw something they didn't like, and let's see if the Red Raiders can counter that. What's tougher when you call a timeout? If you see something defensively, does that change the offense of what they want to do sometimes?
Sometimes, absolutely. Because it's almost like you don't want to show
a little cat and mouse, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what it is. So you see what coaches are trying to make it's a quick adjustment on the fly, in essence.
All right, 4th and 2, folks. It's big 4th down here for the Red Raiders. Otremba back to pass, going to dump it off, and it is caught, and it's going to be a first down and knocked out of bounds. Good catch for Terrence Pendergrass, who was injured earlier, and we're going to have a 1st and goal for Red Raiders as they come up with a big 4th and 2 and a nice throw by Steve Otremba Jr.
Medina takes a 32-0 lead over Cleve Hill. Payne to Thompson again, this time for a 21-yard touchdown. 34 seconds left inside the first half.
1st and goal from the 8. Red Raiders' second red zone opportunity today. Here's a throw, and almost picked off and knocked away. Oh, we have a flag. Pass interference, too much contact. As Otremba Jr. threw into the end zone to the far side, it looks like, I think he went over to Malik Williams. So the flag on the play, let's get the call. It was 1st and goal. Let's see how much they're going to move him up if it's on Hoban. Pass interference, yep, on Hoban. So, Tom, tell the folks where this ball is going to be moved up to because of it.
It'll be half the distance to the goal is what it'll be. And it looks like the placement's on the 4-yard line right now.
So they're going to replay 1st and goal. They're going to move up a few yards due to the penalty. All right. They got Clark in motion. Otremba hands it off. Kid trying to fall forward. He ain't going far. And as we're going to reach the end of the third quarter, there's about 5 seconds left here. That will be the last play of the third quarter.
Otremba does a good job on that one. He saved that real low snap as you saw him get it and be able to still hand it off. Give Otremba credit on that play right there.
You know, ironically, I thought the same thing. So 16-3, 9 points were scored in that quarter from Hoban. And a lot of that due to the special teams, a safety, and a long touchdown run from number 32, Sperling, the 45-yard touchdown. So 16-3 after 3. We'll be right back here for the fourth quarter on WNY Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
All right, it's almost the start of the fourth quarter here from Athol Springs, New York, on a beautiful fall day. 16-3 is the score. St. Francis, though, has a great opportunity inside the 5 to get some points on the board. Still 2-score game. All right, let's check around the high school football scoreboard.
So we got a new update as Tonawanda trails Newfane 14 seconds with 35 seconds left in the first half. Zach Wood hits Marshall for a 38-yard touchdown. And there's your scoring right there coming from the Tonawanda-Newfane game halftime. We have Sweet Home leading North Tonawanda 14-6.
Second and goal. Last play was a run to Kidd. He got stopped. So 16-3. Second and goal from about the 5. Otremba Jr. getting the play call from the sideline. Obviously 4-down territory with where this game's going. Otremba Jr. hands it off to Kidd right up the middle, and it's tackled quickly. And in on the tackle was Jermaine James, a junior, and he lost a yard nonetheless. So that's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
And joining him was Martin again. Martin the third is right in there again, help with that stop. He has just been unbelievable defensively.
All right, so 3rd and goal. St. Francis is trying to throw it a little bit in the red zone, but not as much. Let's see if they try to stretch them out here. They need 6 yards. They got stopped the last time they were in the red zone. Were forced to kick that field goal. Otremba going to roll left. Bootleg. Otremba's trying to find someone open. Otremba, there's a flag in the end zone. There's a fumble, loose ball. But remember, there is a flag. St. Francis recover it.
I think this is going to be a hold against Hoban. You saw Clark saying he pulled my jersey is what he did, and that's where the flag was. I think this is defensive holding is what it's going to be called.
Yeah, so the fumble doesn't matter. Even if St. Francis or Hoban recovered it, I think they Hoban recovered it anyways. But the hold in the end zone, that's going to give them another chance. That's going to give them automatic 1st down.
No, it won't be automatic. Not in high school. They got to get the yards right there.
They got to get the yards.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so there is a flag on Hoban.
And again, it was defensive holding is what it is. So you'll see half the distance to the goal.
So they move them up. No 1st down.
Defensive holding.
But that's going to give them another opportunity here on 3rd down because they're obviously going for 4th if they don't get it. So 2 more chances here. Half the distance.
Third down.
Hoban's been so tough in the red zone. The one possession, St. Francis had the ball inside the 5, forced to kick that field goal from Nowak. So Tremba under center. Tremba hands it off up the middle. And no score, but close. And that's going to be maybe Scott with the carry. So he's very close to that goal line, Tom.
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to see where they're placed. It looks like it's going to be placed at the 1.5 yards.
4th down and about 2.
Just inside the 2 right there is where it looks like it's been placed.
All right, so folks, here's a big play in this game. 4th and 2, 10:40 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And we have a timeout. Timeout, Red Raiders. Yeah, I think Coach Smith realizes how big this play is because you've already gone down to the red zone, Tom, and you didn't score once. With where this game's going, your defenses play good. You've really only given up 9 defensive points. You got to score here. It's got to get in the end zone.
Yeah, well, we don't want to say they didn't score any points because they did score the field goal when they went
well, they
down
got
there,
the field goal,
they didn't get the touchdown.
They need a touchdown, yeah.
But absolutely, like you right now, when you're down 2 scores like this in 13, one of these has to be a touchdown. So you've got to put this in the end zone and find a way to do it.
Well, we talked about the Hoban defensive line the whole game, how big they are, and they've just really controlled the trenches on the defensive line, made it really hard for St. Francis to open up some lanes. But where they've been outstanding here is within that goal line area. They've given them no space. There's been no breakdowns defensively from the line, the linebackers. They've all worked in unison.
We talked about it. Like they really, both defensive lines have really played well today.
Well, and that's true because other than the Sperling 45-yard touchdown run, St. Francis has been really good against the run game here of Hoban. It's unfortunate that went for a touchdown, though.
Yeah.
So, all right, so 4th and 2. Red Raiders have Scott and Kidd in the backfield. Scott is the fullback. There's a handoff to Scott. Scott's going to fall forward. Is he in? I don't think so. They're going to say he's short. So they didn't get the push that they were looking for. Going to come up just a little bit short. And the Knights come up with a big defensive stop on 4th and goal.
And it looks look at the ball. It's really right up against the goal line there. You see how close that is? That's got to be on the half-yard line, even within the half-yard line, it looks like.
See, it's what I wish I had some binoculars because it's so close. So with how just maybe another couple inches, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, that's how close it was. So now, listen, the same thing can right now happen for St. Francis that happened it happened to Hoban. You can get a safety right here and get the ball back with great field position. You could be talking about a different momentum change here in the fourth quarter.
And ironically, it's on the same side of the field, too.
It really is.
How about
right.
that? All right, so St. Francis needs a good defensive stop here. Hoban's pinched back right on the goal line. They're going to fall forward, and they're going to get out of that near the 10.
So what you talk about when it happened to St. Francis, you said, boy, couldn't they have done a quarterback sneak right there? So obviously Hoban was listening to you right there, and we saw exactly that happen to get themselves some breathing room.
Yeah, the offensive line did a great job on the play, getting that initial push.
Yep.
And you're looking at about a 6-yard gain there. So much needed space for Crable and the Knights offense. Crable can hand off to Sperling. Sperling's got some space up the middle. Got a first down. And he's going to get near the 20. So a good run of more than 10 yards on that.
Sperling with the carry.
I'm thinking Tom would be about 15 if I was the guest.
Yep, probably right about there.
All right, so 1st and 10 as the Knights get themselves out of a tough situation with the ball right on the goal line. They're at the 20 after a couple plays. Quarterback sneak and a run by Sperling will do it with 9:30 remaining in this fourth. 1st and 10. Crable's got Sperling behind him. Crable can hand it to Sperling. Sperling's got some space, trying to zigzag his way through, and he's going to fall forward in a nice run for him of about maybe 7 or 8. And Sperling's been very effective here in the second half.
Yeah, and right now, being effective here in the second half is huge because now you're controlling that clock, right? We're watching that clock keep ticking right now, and the clock is in favor right now of Hoban, and they've got to keep being effective running the ball if they're going to win this game.
So 2nd and about 4. Off another run by Sperling. Sperling's back in the backfield, as Tom said, control the clock. There's another handoff. Sperling's got some space. Sperling's going to beat his guy. Can he get around Clark? There's a flag, though. He's going to get down to the 40. And an outstanding run by Sperling on the left side. But there is a hold. It's going to come back, we believe.
There is a flag down.
And you can see a couple of the fans right now getting a little frustrated with the flags.
Holding against Hoban, so that's going to bring it back. It's too bad. It was a nice run by Sperling to the left side. So that's going to push them back. I still say the most passionate fans, Tom, I know you do baseball and football, it's hockey parents. They are so passionate. And you put the right two schools together, it's intense. It's great.
Listen, we last night, or the Thursday night, did a game at Salamanca versus Fredonia. And I'll tell you, those fans down there will rival any fans we've seen anywhere else. They were very passionate about their team.
But you know what? It's those small town schools.
Absolutely, because the community.
The community, it's high school football. And
absolutely.
They live for Friday night.
Yep.
So they are going to believe that pick up the flag here, Tom, as both teams are moving forward.
Picked up on the field.
So what usually happens when they pick up a flag? When one ref says holding, what makes them pick it up?
It's because what happens is all the refs talk, right?
Yep.
And they say is they may have seen something completely different and will tell you, no, listen, I was right there. I saw that. I saw this happen. I can tell you, it didn't happen. And if you notice, too, where the flag came from deep on that one, right?
Yeah.
And he threw it up. So that he may have talked to some of the refs that were up close is where that change came from.
Very good. So Coach Smith obviously not happy about the call, as he should be, as I would be as well. So that's going to bring up a first down at the Red Raider 42 for Hoban, as they're up 16-3 with 8:30 remaining here in this fourth. Crable back to pass. Crable trying to find a man open, and it's caught on the left sideline. What a catch by Tyson Grimm. Good defense by the Red Raiders, as Aaron Roseborough was in there, but just good job going up and grabbing that ball.
Yeah, that's the second good catch we've seen from Hoban today. This time we see it from Grimm, and this time it's going to stand up.
1st and 10, Knights from the 15.
So 1st and 10 from the 15. To think where this drive started, Tom, it started at their goal line. So they are definitely using up the clock, and this has been one of their more impressive drives of the game. So 1st and 10 from the 15. Crable in the shotgun formation. We have a whistle. Timeout, Hoban. All right, let's take a 30-second break. 16-3. We'll be right back here on WNY Athletics.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Welcome back to St. Francis High School. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for what you do to help us do what we do and what we love here in broadcasting high school sports. We could not do it without you, especially one of our sponsors, Howard Hanna, who is sponsoring today's game. So 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line off the timeout from Hoban. A couple big plays in the passing game and running game has gotten them down there. Crable. And a little mix-up here. Crable still has the ball, has to throw it away. Definitely a mix-up, Tom, in between Hightower and Sperling. And there was no one in the vicinity.
Yeah, they're looking. That's what everyone's yelling about. Where are the flags right now for intentional grounding? And you can see they're coming together. You wonder if we see a late flag come out here. They're pointing at something. I think they're pointing to say where the receiver was. We'll see. That's what the talk is it wasn't near a receiver right now. That's what they're discussing. Because remember, when that happened, there it is. There's a flag. That's intentional grounding right there.
Yeah, so that mix-up between Sperling and Hightower.
And you talked about just a minute ago.
Yeah.
We absolutely want to thank Howard Hanna. They've been phenomenal as a supporter for Western New York athletics and high school sports here. We've added another big sponsor, just very new. We want to thank also Western New York Media Care, who has also come on board with Howard Hanna right now and really helping us be able to promote high school sports and helping these kids get recognized as much as they can.
Fantastic job by all, and you, Tom, and Frank, and everyone who does what they do every Saturday and Friday at all these high school football games. And I know the kids appreciate all the sports. So here is a first down again. Crable hands it off, or pitch, I'm sorry, to Falkenstein. And that one's going to get a good amount of yards here on the left side.
So we have a final from St. Joe's as Erie has defeated St. Joe's 43-7.
Gavin Calkins with the tackle. Gain of about 8 on the play.
So second down. Second down here of about 6, we'll say, as the ball's about the 12, Tom. 7:30 remaining here. St. Francis looking for a stop. Crable going to pitch it out to the left side. Trying to find some space, and Sperling will get tackled. He's going to be short. Stayed in bounds, so the clock will run. Calkins with the tackle.
Yep, so remember now, Hoban is in that area right now where they're going to go for it. So they're going to get 2 shots here at a first down. It looks like it was they moved the stick back there a little bit, so he obviously got knocked down a little earlier than what we thought right there, because it looks like it's about 3rd and 4, 4.5, yeah.
St. Francis going to get a break here with it being a little bit longer, still a manageable 3rd down. It always tough in every stadium we go to see that far side. Here's Crable in a shotgun, and a flag. Could be a false start. Nope, timeout. So Hoban's going to call a timeout here, and they're going to figure out what they want to do on a 3rd down with a 16-3 lead with 6:35 remaining in this 4th quarter. So as we near the end of this game, let's talk about both teams and what their next game looks like going forward. So for Tom, you could do St. Francis. I'll do Hoban. So Hoban, after playing St. Francis, they've got St. Vincent St. Mary at 7 p.m. Then they got Benedictine on 10:15, and then St. Edward's on the last game of the year. They have 2 losses. They lost 42-7 to a team from New Jersey, and they lost an overtime game to St. Ignatius. But even those 2 losses, from where they've been at, Tom, the last few years, believe it or not, I'm going to say 2 losses is a lot of losses for them. They are a winning program. They produce results, and they win state championships. Can you believe a 4-2 year is a down year for them?
Yeah. Well, when you're a 5-time state champion, that says it right there. So, listen, no doubt about it. But next week, St. Francis is going to play Central Tech at Saturday at 1 p.m. That's going to be another home game for them. Then they play Erie, PA, who we just talked about, defeated St. Joe's right there.
So here's a 3rd down play for Crable. Crable's going to hand it off to Sperling. Sperling's going to get a 1st down and more. Sperling's going to fall forward, and he's going to get it by a couple. So a nice run by Sperling up the middle. And that's going to be a 1st and goal for the Knights.
So obviously a great timeout right there, right by Hoban, as they got a chance to be able to get themselves set and be able to get that 1st down. Now you get ultimately right here 4 chances to put this one in, and a score right here could put this game out of reach here in the 4th quarter.
Sperling, who's been outstanding here in the second half, has had some solid runs. Crable hands off to Sperling again on the left side, trying to find his lead blockers. Does he get in? And he does. Touchdown, Knights. So Sperling is going to get his 2nd of the game, and the Knights extend their lead to 22-3 with the extra point coming from Durkin. Just a great job by Hoban's offensive line, just using their muscle in opening up lanes for Sperling, because once he got to the 2nd level, he was very effective in the second half.
Oh, and that's the big difference, what we saw between the first and the second half, right? What team was going to make the adjustments, open up the holes, and give their team the opportunity to move offensively?
Durkin's extra point is good, and I bet you that could have been good from 30 yards. He pounds that through. So 23-3 is our score. And that drive, could you say, Tom, about a 99-yard touchdown drive from where that started down the goal line after Hoban stopped the Red Raiders on 4th and goal.
Yeah, it says, too, when you've got somebody pinned like that and they break it open to be able to push out of there and not be able to get that safety that you're really trying to get, sometimes that is that deflating push and really can be a momentum for the offense.
And I know St. Francis is down 23-3. They had some good chances, though. They had, 2 times inside the 5 where they got stopped on 4th and goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but they missed out on 11, and that kind of makes a difference here. You're talking about this game being a little bit closer, and Hoban's just been a little bit more powerful in the second half offensively than they were in the first, and it started with the run game from Sperling.
Yep. Good changes, like you said. I mean, you're competing against a multiple-time state champion from a state that knows football, that plays football real well, plays in front of amazing crowds at some of these games that see in Ohio. And right now just has really had a much better second half.
So Durkin's going to kick it off, a strong kick. Is this returnable? It will be. And taken in around the 20 and knocked down. So good tackle there as Dylan Walker had it. Well, as Tom, I went to St. Francis, and I know, Coach Smith has been scheduling these games for years, and I'm sure he'd love to win today, right? But it's more of how he stacks against other teams and the preparation to help him out against Canisius and Joe's. So winning is great, but this is great practice against the powerhouses of Canisius and Joe's when they're not having a down year.
Yeah, and no doubt. Like we said that early on the broadcast, right? That he's going to play a tough out-of-conference schedule to get ready to win his conference and try to go on to represent Western New York in a state championship is what they want to do.
Lachemba Jr. going to throw near side, caught by Kainan Ulinga. And I know Coach Smith, what he does for these kids, I mean, it's really unmatched, taking some of these boys that are ready to play in college, he'll go on trips with them and get the film out there. I mean, getting film out there for these kids is easier than it used to be, but what he did when I was there when it was hard is unmatchable. Here's a run to Kidd, and there is a flag on the far side. It's just really unmatchable. And I'm sure, Tom, and a lot of these coaches, dedication that they do for these kids, to get film out there, to give them a chance, whether it be D3, D2, 1, the coaches deserve a lot of credit.
Listen, one of the best in Western New York is on these sidelines, what he does for those kids, right? He'll take them on bus tours, right? Go to colleges, go on a run for about 6, 8 colleges. They all see him. Trust me, if you've got a player right now that want to be recognized, there's a coach right now that will make sure that college coaches know who they are if you want to play at the next level. Whether it's D1, D2, D3, I don't care what it is, that's a coach you want to help get you there.
There was a flag on the play, and they were talking to Coach Smith about it. As the clock obviously stopped at 5:20. Once again, Tom, let's get those mics. Penalty will go against Hoban. So it's going to bring up a third and very short. Or second and short, I'm sorry. Second and short. There's a run, and going to be pushed back. Kid had no space. And a nice tackle by 36, Deion Rogers. So no gain. Going to bring up third down. Clock continues to tick as we're under the 5-minute mark of this fourth quarter. So Tremba Jr. has got Kidd in the backfield. In motion is Reska. And Kidd going to get a carry up the middle, and he's going to get a first down. It almost seemed like, Tom, he was going to break loose, but just a good tackle and wrapping him up.
It was close. And if he broke loose, he had some open space right there. Yeah. He could have actually really broke one for a big one, too.
But the good news is St. Francis will pick up a first down as they try to get some momentum here late in the fourth quarter. Atremba thrown near side, caught by Olenga. Olenga's going to get about 6 and tackle out of bounds.
With the reception.
A lot of short passes, as we talked about, just the great defensive pressure from the D-line. And it's really been the D-line. It's really not been the linebackers. It's just the D-line getting in the backfield within seconds.
I've been really impressed with Martin III today, as well as Thompson. I really believe they've had a huge impact. And you look at also Jordan Sewell, too, another one. Just huge impact on this game.
Tremba Jr. to pass, almost picked off, and a good dive there by Tyson Grimm. That pass was short.
But that does stop the clock right now. So 3:43 left inside this game as we're seeing St. Francis try to move the ball right here.
I know we'll talk about in the postgame, but the turnovers in the first half really have gone away for Bishop Hoban here in the second half.
And turn special teams into a positive.
Correct.
Right? That was the other thing they needed to clean up.
It flipped the game with that punt.
Yep.
Tremba back to pass. He's getting pressured, and he is taking down the backfield. Let's see who got that sack.
Yeah, guess who?
Yeah, 52, right?
Yep, you got it.
Yep, Jason Martin III. It's funny because he's a junior. I had him listed from the recap that I got from the Hamburg Sun. Watch out for Jason Martin III, and he comes up with big sack. So it's going to be a long fourth down, and St. Francis will punt it.
They have him listed as 6'1", 290, and I'm going to tell you, he is a quick kid, too. Like a very fast first step. You wouldn't know he was 290.
No-ax punt. Going to be returned at the 40. The 45-50 is their flag. No flag. The 40 and out of bounds. And a nice solid return. That was by 22, Falkenstein.
And another positive special teams right there, as you can really see. Tale of two halves for Hoban as they absolutely win the second half, and that's going to be the reason they're going to win this game.
Well, we talked about special teams. You know, the punt was great, and Downing ended up getting his special teams, and then they're getting a touchdown after this. But the returns have been outstanding. They've gotten, 15, 20 yards on most of them. The coverage from St. Francis hasn't been as strong. And once again, great field position here for Hoban.
And that's all the things that I talked about earlier. which is where special teams gets downplayed sometimes by people, but it can make the difference of you winning or losing a game. It's not just extra points. It's not just 2-point conversions. It's punts, right? It's where you pin them down. It's to be able to give your team great field position. All these things are happening, and that's what's been a big difference in the second half.
And we got a whistle. As we sort that out, we talked about special teams. I got to get the change right for the lines. Well, we talked about special teams. I mean, St. Francis lost last week because of a special teams touchdown. And they had a great game, and they're going to fall short because of that. So, 1st and 10 from inside the 40. Here's a handoff up the middle and tackle. Caleb Jones, who had a couple solid runs in the second half. We'll get the carry on that. That's going to bring up about a 2nd and 9.
And on the tackle was number 12, Kellen Hopkins.
Number 12, Kellen Hopkins with the tackle.
And the clock keeps ticking
yeah,
right here, right?
Tick,
so this
tick,
is
tick,
this
tick.
is now to all clock is all Hoban's right now advantage, and I don't think you're going to see anything but them run the ball right now and keep that clock moving.
Yeah, time of possession has favored the Knights here in the second half. A little bit more even in the first. Loose ball, he's going to have to fall on it. As that looks like it's number 15, Michael Clavola. He's in the game now. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 174. So Crable is out of the game. With under 2 to go, 20-point game, that will do it. So what do you think of the 2-minute warning? You think there should be a 2-minute warning in high school sports? Do you think it makes sense?
No, and the reason I don't is because of all the stoppages that we have.
Yep.
Like it stops for first downs. I don't think it's necessary because of all the other stoppages that high school has.
Here's a handoff, and tackled is Caleb Jones. And on the tackle for St. Francis is number 51. Gavin Calkins is going to get the tackle there. As we approach 1 minute and 20 seconds here in a game that was 7-3 at halftime, a special teams play, and then the ensuing drive, the 45-yard touchdown run, really flipped this game from a 7-3 game to a 16-3, and then that long touchdown drive from 99 yards, capped off again from Sperling, his second touchdown of the game, is where we're at with a 23-3 lead.
Remember, we thought at halftime it could have went 0-0. Again, here's that special teams again.
It's happened twice now. And yeah, Durkin's just going to fall on it.
Oh,
yep, there should be a flag
there. This is going to be
there.
a personal foul penalty right there.
So hopefully, first of all, hopefully Durkin's okay. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second bad snap cost them. Just not something you want to see any team do here. It's just not needed. It's not safe. It's not smart. And Coach Smith will coach them up on it. Unfortunately, we have to remember these are teenagers, and teenagers make mistakes, but he's got to learn from this one.
And I'll tell you why they got so upset about that is the minute a player's knee touches the ground, it doesn't matter if he's been put there, it doesn't matter if he's been hit. The minute that knee touches the ground, play's done, right? So that's what happened is the minute he took the ground, the play was done. So when he got hit right there, it was a late hit. That's exactly why the reason for the penalty.
And that's just, you can see it on the sidelines. It's going to be a learning. Yeah, it's a learning situation. So the refs will sort this all out. It's unfortunate it happened here so late in the game and at all. But it's definitely a personal foul. And that's going to move them up.
So 54 seconds left in this one. You wonder if they're just going to take a knee right here.
After the penalty, it's 1st and 10, Red Raiders from 35.
So 1st and 10 from the 35. We're under a minute to go.
Oh, no, sorry. We're St. Francis on offense right here, so I apologize.
Oh, yes. Rolling right. Dump off screen game. Try to find some space. Now that looks like a fumble. And there's a flag. Now this is getting a little bit messy, Tom, here late in this game. Nate Henrik in the game for St. Francis. So let's talk about that personal foul. It was against St. Francis, but they got the ball. So what ended up happening there is just this game's turned quite interesting in the last minute 20 here.
So what happens is it was actually, you could see it was a bad snap.
Yep.
So that's what when you think about it, you're almost thinking about the way it ended, that it was actually going to be Hoban's ball because they were the one who actually went down right there. But it wasn't, as he was protecting the bad snap right there is exactly what happened. And then once he touched the ground, play ended right there. He got hit. So St. Francis, instead of having it where they were, backed up 15 yards, and then now they've got a penalty right here where they've got their yardage back.
Pass incomplete from Heinrich, tipped at the line. Tom, you should be at some of these games as a rules expert as well.
No, I mean, it's just, as you've been to so many
of
games,
course.
you can see so many people do it. But this literally was just knee went down, he got hit, they assessed the penalty. Now we had another penalty there, so they get most of the yardages right back right here, as now we're going to have a 2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10, inside 30. There's a pass. It's caught and tackled right away. That pass was caught by Pendergrass, number 6, and he was tackled by Jermaine James. So 6-on-6 there.
Pendergrass with the reception.
And that clock keeps ticking as we're now down right within 20 seconds right now.
So we've seen a couple of unusual special teams plays today as we approach the 10-second mark here. St. Francis trying to get off one more play here. Heinrich back to pass, floats it in the air, and it's short. And 1 second to go, so we're going to get one more play.
Do we have a flag?
I heard someone say
Someone
flag.
yelled the flag. That's the reason why
Tom,
we're looking.
I didn't see it.
I don't either.
All right, so we'll talk about postgame, but they tried to get the ball to Rayska a lot today, and he's their top target. It just didn't happen, and then that's part of what stalled on offense here. So the last play of the game here, see what Heinrich can do with his chance. Heinrich going to roll right. He gets pressured. Heinrich's throw, and it's picked off, and that'll be the end of the game. And it's picked off by Tyson Grimm, his 2nd one of the game. And 23-3 is our final here from St. Francis. A good first half, a second half that just went more of Hoban's way, and they're going to score the last 16 points in this game to win 23-3, Tom.
Yep, no doubt. A tale of two halves. Hoban absolutely won the line of scrimmage pretty much all day today. Was the big difference in the game. This defense was unbelievable to watch, especially on the line. They come up big. That's a big win. Again, St. Francis, I truly believe this is the kind of competition they want to see. I do believe this is a game they can learn from, get better from, as they're looking forward to what's about to come up in the schedule.
All right, I say we take a quick timeout and do a little quick postgame. All right, so 23-3 is final. Do a quick commercial, and we'll be right back for a quick postgame here from St. Francis.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYimmediatecare.com for more information.
All right, welcome back to St. Francis High School, where Bishop Hoban scored 16 unanswered points the second half. They win 23-3 in a game that both teams will take and learn from. Final thoughts, Tom.
Listen, it was a defensive matchup for most of the game. It was all about the defensive lines. I think what St. Francis got to be is how are we going to move the ball, especially if they don't have the opportunity to run? How are we going to be able to open up that offense a little bit more? That'll be something I'm sure that St. Francis is going to address here. And same thing, what I think that you're going to see Hoban need to address, especially when they get back into play in Ohio, that special team, some of that long snapping and stuff's got to be addressed, because if you keep giving away plays, especially down inside the red zone, that's eventually going to cost you, and you could end up losing some big games because of it.
Just a reminder, today's game is brought to you by Howard Hanna. Thank you so much for listening today. Joe Daniel here with Tom Prince. Thank you for listening to WNY Athletics here on Facebook and Twitter.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Being home.